this reading. And if you are wondering why I'm going to be doing so many donation streams, it's because my landlord has decided to change up a bunch of things last minute without telling me, has had unclear communication, um, and has ended up raising a price of something that has no right to be risen up by 300 some dollars. Completely forgetting about any verbal contract that we had written in state. So I need help with getting all that situated. And unfortunately, uh, that's just how it has to be for now because apparently someone needs to be money hungry. It would have not been this way if their intentions were pure. But unfortunately, whenever people try to help, their intentions will grow sour for money. It's a very unfortunate thing. Um, but we are here, and we will jump into the normal reading first, and then if you need um, any sort of personal read, we will get to that in between. So let me write this out. All right, hold on. Let me do this real quick. Make sure. Okay, cool, awesome. What? Oh, I'm typing it here. I was like, where am I typing this at? I forgot completely. Let me pin it. Work with me. All right, awesome. Without further ado, let's jump right into this. Actually, let me get this one up. Let me get this one up instead. Oh, you know, it would be so much better if my mic was turned up that entire time. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm doing these donation streams. I'm doing these donation streams because unfortunately the landlord of this house has changed their rules last second, even though we had made verbal agreements, and they're charging me random amounts. First it was $100, and then it was $200, and now it's $300 more. I don't know what's going on with them. But I'm doing these streams to keep myself safe because if things go to where they might go, I'm just gonna probably have to either sue, or take it to legal courts, and I'm just want to make sure that my ass stays safe. So we're gonna be doing a lot of these donation streams for a while. Um, if you have, and if you do donate to the links there, be sure to let me know. And even if I'm in the middle of a reading, we will get to a point where you can pause and get your question put in. But thank you all for being here. So someone's holding the poker face right now. Someone's trying to act like they didn't end up losing a bet because they don't want to get caught up. Oh goodness. That yawn's a funny confirmation. But someone tried to make a bet thinking that they were skilled and talented to keep you from moving to a new chapter, but that setup failed. They can't attack you just because you're victorious. That's what they're being told. That is what they're being told. They can't repeat something in your life. They've been busted. So someone thought that they could drag you back to a past portal. And they cannot. That is not something that they are skilled or talented in to do. Someone's taking a second look because they got caught in the act and they were trying to hide the fact that they were embarrassed or gobsmacked. Or they're really taking a look at this person, or someone's going to be really taking a look at someone and being like, so why are you even doing this? Someone got also caught up in their own lies, their own web of lies. They gave someone information, or they might have even given you information, and they tried to act like they don't know what you're talking about or what someone else is talking about. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go over there and I'm going to like I don't know, someone got hit by it. They don't even want me saying an example. Someone does not want to get caught by this. That's fucked up. But this is a spiritual court issue. I would take someone to spiritual court about this because or someone will be taking someone to spiritual court about this because this is just bizarre. But it's like someone, oh, I'm gonna put chili flakes in their food to spice it up so they don't, and they won't ever know. And then you don't eat that food. Someone else does eat the food. Um, and whenever they eat the food, they get, all spiced up and whatever. And they're like, oh my God, this food's so fucking hot. Why? People are looking at this person like, so why did you do that? It's like, well, I didn't do that. They were only going to admit it if it happened to you, collective, or if it worked out properly. So now someone's trying to play the detachment card of removing themselves from the dude. Someone's just trying to ignore what they've done. All point and blank, like I can't even get the words out. I have not struggled this way. Someone knows for a damn fact, like they are exposed, and they just do not want to be seen in like an exposed light. They're like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Why would I ever do that? That's not me. That is you. So that's what someone's seeing right now. That's what someone has to learn to experience right now is the fact that they've been caught like red-handed. Like someone could even be trying to delete messages or something at this time. Because someone could be looking for information, I'm telling you. But it's like, why would you lie about this? Or why would you go this way about something? Someone's trying to figure that out. They want to play like the, oh, I'd never do anything to you card to keep things hidden. But something's already been activated in the spiritual world. This could even be your ancestors and guides already taking someone to spiritual court. Because it's like, now, why the fuck would you lie to my child like that? Why the fuck would you lie to my baby like that? When you said one thing, why are you going around doing another? This new plan's not going to work. Pay attention to your dreams about why someone's not going to wake up to this. This could be daydreams. This could be physical dreams. Well, mental dreams, I should say. Pay attention, though. Because someone does not want you to know the next steps of what to do or to find out what's going on. This person's is feeling very disrespected because something died on arrival. They don't want to come to terms with something, so they're in their feelings. They're asking questions and divination of how not to repeat something, but they've been busted. Or how to... This could have happened to someone before. This family group, people are going to be removing themselves from someone. It's like someone's already done this before. They trying to do it again, and it worked. This dark practitioner, this bad practitioner, someone that's just not in it to win it at all. Because you didn't break any rules, so this is a divine intervention. You're not going to get hoodwinked, collective. This is a divine. You're not being hoodwinked. You didn't break a rule. You're not going against the contract. You're not going against the rules. You're literally doing what you're supposed to do. So continue doing that. Continue to defend yourself against the lies that someone's doing. This is a message of hope that you have people around protecting you. This spell is breaking from these people preying on you to get you to stop, so you be in bad fortune. You might have to take someone to spiritual court because they're not going to come to terms. See something from a bird's eye view. You're going to need to take someone to spiritual court. Yeah. Because it's not an illusion that someone has no honor or someone's not honoring something when it comes down to you. They're not honoring an agreement that they made. They're not honoring something. You might as well take them to spiritual court. Seriously, you know. Show them who's boss. Show them what the hell's going up on this shit. You're gonna lie on the physical. All right, then I'm gonna make sure God gets you, because you're not gonna get possessed by this spirit of lack of will that this witch is trying to send you. Someone's trying to play it easy on you, be like, oh, well, blah blah this, blah blah that. No, the truth is that this person's trying to keep your energy dirty, to keep things in balance so that they can have good luck in a war. They don't want you to have will and tens of Jupiter. They don't want you to will in these achievements that you're having, this witch. Someone is not moving in a very forgiving way, and that's why all this is happening. Someone wants to hold you accountable for something that you never really did. Creation and air inverted. Yeah, they're trying to create something by way of your mouth, by making it look like you're the problem. Sleep magic again. So be careful about your dreams. Watch out for your dreams. Someone could be bad mouthing you in a dream state, or they could be astral traveling to you and bad mouthing you in your aura all the time. Be careful of that. They don't want you to focus. Horseman 4 is here for death. And it pops out again. Horseman 4, death. Is bringing a new beginning, because you're not in lust. Like, you're not lustful over things. You don't have, like, poor habits. Or you're not drawn to... You're not drawn to, God dang, I got the yawns. They don't want me saying shit. For real. You're not lustful of the past. Someone doesn't understand or know your light. They thought you were a succubus or incubus, a fire sign. That's why they can't cause you disturbances or anger in the crossroads. Banishment and warding. Banishment, inverting, and warding. This person's trying to banish you, but you're warding yourself, or you need to ward yourself so this person can't banish you. One of the two. One of the two. So beware of that. Be very aware of that moving forward. Make sure that you're protecting your name, protecting yourself from this person so that they can't cause these dilemmas. Now, what is going on here? Isn't that just strange? Why are more people on the portrait than my normal lob? What's going on with that? Okay. So let me post this in this chat, because everyone's in here and no one's in the main chat, which I find bizarre. Why is one chat just empty and the other one not? Not that it's an issue, I just noticed that and it's like, huh, okay. So love offer. Let's just fucking love offer. I feel annoyed at this card. I don't know if that's just a me thing or what. I mean, maybe, yeah, but I didn't think that many people scrolled on shorts. For real, that's crazy. Yeah, so someone's just trying to give you a false love offer so that you keep things under wrap. Like, they don't want their malicious ways exposed, but they realize messing with you is how it got. They got for real. Someone wants to come in like sweet talk you. Where'd my water go? Is that my water's back there? I ain't gonna get it. I'm fine right now. Someone's trying to like love bomb you so they get their manifestations to keep things hidden. It's like, oh, but I'll look so good if I'm helping you out. I'll look like this if I'm doing this for you. Someone's just trying to keep their looks up. Sweetheart, house, starseed inverted, commitment inverted. Again, someone is not withholding a commitment. within a house. They trying to act like a sweetheart, but they really not for real. Because they losing money. Someone's losing money. Someone. Hmm. Yeah, you can't trust this person. What the fuck is going on here? Nice guy inverted, ice king inverted, mature man inverted, priest. Someone's trying to lie about you. Be careful how you move. Someone's gonna make it look like you're slandering them. Like really bad. Someone wants it to look like you're slandering them or wants you to be aggressive with them so they can get something to go in their favor and show people like, look what they're doing to me. Confusion and illusion. Yep. Protection averted. So that you won't have a way to move forward. This is what they're using for entity attachment because they can tell that you're not obsessed with them or you're not really taking them serious. You don't care about what they're doing or how they're doing things. This person's your op for real. You could be living with an op. You could be working with an op, and it's just like you've known, but you've been keeping it silent. Like you're just here on a mission from the divine, really. Obsession, inverted, imprisonment, upright. You're not obsessed with the thought of being trapped. Someone wants you to feel like you're trapped all the time, and you're not obsessed with that, so they failed the first part of what they were trying to do to you. Yeah, a mature woman knows that you're telling the truth, or a mature woman has the truth of something. Yeah, twin flame inverted, karmic masculine inverted. You're not a karmic flame to this high priestess. That's what they want people to see though, is like, oh, you're just a bad lesson for me because blah blah blah, bliss inverted. Because ever since they started to obtain to something to you, they've been having a lot of issues in their house. You're protected from any form of karma transmutation they've been trying to do on you, any type of like bad karma they want to put on you, you're protected from that. Yeah. From this person talking, because they know that by how you speak, you're an earth angel. There's no way that you're not. Well, I don't want to use the term earth angel. They know that you are of divine, of the heavens, of the Orions. They know that for sure. They know that that's not a lie. Rising star inverted and achievements inverted. Yeah. With awakening. Okay. People are figuring out that someone's losing status because they didn't achieve what they wanted to achieve or what they were supposed to achieve. An Ice King, occupation. They could be trying to block your intuition. A karmic feminine who's lying on you. Or a karmic feminine who lied to you, a mature woman. They're trying to break a commitment with you, and you could already know this. Like someone's only doing something for money. They thought that you would be a good money farm, or their intentions were to make money off of you or make money with the curation of you. If that's what I can say. Soulmate, bondage, and ancestors inverted. Yeah. This person's trying to like force you to be their soulmate. Like that's what they want. They want to force you to be their soulmate. Cause they jealous and envious of you. And they feel abandoned of a position that they were given, a boss, flying monkey. I don't know what's wrong with this person. They got all sorts of issues. Rich guy inverted. Yeah, someone's just trying to ruin your work. But the truth is, this person's been abusive to you, sending you evil. They have an entity attachment on them. Someone doesn't really know that yet, and for what they do, child in courthouse. They could be going through legal issues with their child. They have an entity attachment on them though, and that's causing them more anger towards you or more issues towards you. It's like someone wants to have more custody of their child and not let their father or their mother see that child. That's due to a fucking attachment that they have, like a control attachment. Someone is like really, really, really like not mentally good. Like they are. Dude, I don't know. Someone has like immense hate for inanimate object for like an inanimate object. And they've held on to that grudge forever. And that grudge has like led them to just be very hateful and spiteful, no matter where they go or what they do. It's like really, really weird. We have effort inverted. Someone's effort's not going to work because you've been or because people are enlightened. They've been enlightened about your resources. People is being enlightened that this person's using your resources for codependent reasons to make you feel like you're not good enough. They don't want you to see how to make things new in your life to bring happiness. Be bold and make the first decision. Someone doesn't want you to have confidence or bravery to speak out about what you need for a new beginning or what you need in this new beginning. Someone's just like, if you don't, I don't want you telling anyone anything. I want you to sit here and rot. But yeah, damn. They don't want you because they know that you're gonna move forward when you show the world the real you. When you start moving forward in the way that you do, because of how wise you are. Someone's upset. Like someone is literally doing like a whole thing. Like they're using their words against you heavily. Someone could be doing a lot of word magic like a kitchen witch. The end of a tough cycle is not approaching because prosperity is not going to lie ahead for someone. Legacy for what they've done. You're not letting the past hold you back, so they can't expect some form of powerful change. Timing, it's a win-win outcome in the forecast. Someone's not surrendering to the divine, so they're not ending up being safe. It's going to be a challenge for them to have tranquility as long as you hold your vision and bring love into the situation. Nothing is yet set in stone. And your dreams need a practical plan. So at this time, you all need a plan, or you guys are in a planning energy. Someone's not wanting you to be mentally sound or sane when you're doing this planning. They want you to be all over the place so that you won't get what you're deserving or get what you're wanting. We have trap inverted, but you're not going to fall for this trap, or this trap's not going to work on you. Someone could also just be sending people to you to like wear and tear your energy, like send a bunch of it's like they're sending a bunch of tiny little like exhaustion pellets, I'm gonna call them that, and they're trying to get you to be exhausted or to end things before the greatness comes. Sorry about that. I gotta do something real quick. There we go. But someone's trying to like exhaust you before something comes through or something happens for you so that you don't get it. It's like, oh, if we do this, this, and that to them, and we say this and we say that, and we come at them this way, they won't be able to, move forward the proper way that they need to. But they're mad because you're in a commitment or because you're dedicated to what you're doing. You're not going to stop what you're doing. You're not going to stop being ready. Yeah. You're always like, yeah, this person arranged. Like, you already know that this person was trying to rob you. That's why this arrangement happened with this person. Someone was just trying to get something from you. You know this. They're trying to act like that never happened, but they're upset that they got caught. They're really apologetic, or they want to say sorry for giving you memories of what you're of an eternal love, or what your how an ex cursed you or something of that nature, out of stubbornness to cause you a new disturbance on your adventure. And it's like, well, if you don't want me to expose you, then get out of my energy. If you don't want me to talk about you, then get out of my energy. It's not that difficult. Just stay away from me. If you don't want it, then go away. Because someone's not getting any blessings, and that is a beautiful dream for you, but bad news for this person. Because no one's going to be in a commitment to keep you in poor, to keep you poor. That's just a daydream that someone's having. Because someone's really trying to project like their daydreams onto you so that you don't have a clear set of line. They don't want you seeing things correctly this time. They want you seeing things from a distorted point of view. Yeah. It's not an accident that someone's trying to trap you. Someone wants it to seem like, oh, I didn't know or I forgot. They didn't. They're just playing mind. They're trying to play a mind game with you, but it's not working. Someone's like really retarded. I was gonna say stupid, but I guess they're retarded. I just wanted to come out. The schedule to protest you is off, or these people that were helping this person, they're no longer going to be helping them. It's like, why would you do that? Because you kept your promise. That's why you have an inner peace. Yeah. Someone's just being very vain, trying to cause conflict and hiding it. Like, you kept your promise. I don't know what the whole deal is. Like, you're doing what you said you'd do. Is this person sick? Because you're gonna have luck in something due to how it was built up. You're not overindulgent or bound to an alliance. You're gonna win. So keep your prayers up. This is a justice moment that's happening. Oh my god. For you? They know that. Like, there's a lot of justice coming in for you. Yeah, because someone thought they'd have. Someone tried to make like a poppy doll to give them luck or protection from this, and that did not work. They don't have protection from it at all. Like, someone needs to really get a grip. I don't know. It's like someone is really stupid. It's like, oh, I'll help you. I'll help you. Are you hungry? I'll give you food, and they give you like expired food, like year-old expired food, and you look at them like, you know this is expired, right? And then they want to go, oh, so you're just ungrateful because I'm trying my best to help you. Oh my god, you went all over there. And you're like, no, I'm not ungrateful because you're trying to help me. I'm ungrateful that you're literally not helping me. You're not trying to do anything. In fact, you kind of just damaged, or you're sending me more damage than anything. Because you already know why. You know why you're not able to magnetize what you want, and it's pissing this person off because it's like, well, if you want to do this, we can do this way. You know, if you want to play those cards, I can too. So you're not going to get in trouble, or you're not falling for this. You're not upset that someone wants you to let to be in your emotions so they can have access to your solar plexus, but that's not working. Like, someone wants you to like retaliate at them in a really emotional way so they can latch onto your solar plexus and drain you of whatever the fuck and your root chakra. No, this person's solar plexus and root chakra is fucked up. Someone's pissed off. Like, they are dead in the head at this point. Someone is just unstable, very confused. about why the truth is coming out this way, or why you have the truth, or how you know the truth. They're confused about the truth of the situation. Yeah, because they're the devil. Or the devil's not letting someone rest. They're listening to their lower self in better terms. Their lower self is planning their moves for them. Their ego is. They need to kill their ego for real. That's why this mood magic's not working to cause you conflict, because they're doing it out of ego. Or someone wants to be like, well, if they're not going to do this, that, and the other, then blah, 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 I'm going to do this. Yeah, this person's trying to cheat their way out of something, or cheat their way into something using candle magic. And that's just a big joke. Like, it's not being taken serious. People know this. Like, oh, you're just trying to do this and that and the other with candles, aren't you? And they're like, no, why would I ever? It's like, well, because you do. That's literally what you do. Like, you're literally that type of person. Someone's about to rack up bad karma for what they're doing because they keep trying to play like blind. They got caught doing something just for money. They got full on caught. Like, the only reason you're doing this is because of money. Yeah, they didn't know. What the fuck? They were trying to keep this hidden so that things could be in balance, but now they're chained to it. The portal's been closed. Or you've closed all portals around you so that no one can come in and steal your things or steal your energy or look into your life. It's gone. Because they're not an ascended master, they're not knowledgeable or something. It's like, dude, it's like, you know, someone's in your energy. It's like, what, like one day they did it and they're like, oh my god, I can see you. And you heard them say that in the astrals, and you're like, oh, so you're doing this now too. Cool. They've been doing that nonstop. But they've been like learning how to keep their mouths shut because they talk too fucking much. But they still get pinged. You still get pinged by them. But they just don't want you to know it's them because you've been healing. They're embarrassed because they've been doing this to you while you've been healing. It's like, I want to watch you heal. I want to see what it's like when... Go the fuck away. Shoe fly, don't fucking bother me. What the fuck wrong with you? No. Someone is saying... Oh my god. There's endings happening for this person who's doing candle magic over opinions. If this person goes on and go, I'm going to do this because I think this is happening. No, you're wrong. Someone might, like, I don't know, that's the truth. There's evidence. Someone could be doing like, oh, I need to burn a candle to calm you down because you're doing this, that, and the other. It's going to backfire and fuck this person's life up because you're perfectly calm. You're in the right. Like, that's why you don't have the anger or the temperament that this person has. Like, at all. Someone just has bad spending habits. That's all. Spending time, spending money, I guess, because it's there. Spending time, money, energy, they bad at it. Everything is just awful with it. And they're trying to get you, or they're trying to get it to seem like you do the same thing. No, this person lost because of the devil. They worship the devil. It's right here, devil religion. They lost because they worship the devil. Awesome. Are you happy now? Because you're an angel. That's why things are blocked from you. There you go. You know, I don't get it. Like, what the fuck? That's not hidden at all. At all, at all. I think that shit silly as hell. That shit silly as fuck, for real. Shit funny as fuck. Oh, look at that yawning. Why am I yawning so much? Oh my god. Ain't no way. Ain't no way it's happening. Goodness. What is God? Get out of my energy, I guess. Like, holy shit. Let's see. No goddesses want to come out, really? None of them? I'm gonna shuffle 2 more times. If no one wants to come out, that's okay. Alright. The goddesses don't even want to talk right now. They say don't. They not. Don't bother us. This is not for. This ain't my problem. They don't want to be bothered. My bad. My bad. I didn't mean to. You don't want to be bothered. It's okay. His time is up. Time is up. For them to connect a cord to you, to connect a tie to you, they can't. They won't be able to. That's not something they can do. Yeah, so something's void when it comes to communication. They don't have the power in this. If someone like sent you a message or told you, by the way, it's this, that, and the other, no, that has no power over you. What they say is null and void. It does not matter. They're lying. Why the fuck? Do not let their lies have more truth. Someone's just trying to scare you. Jupiter's out here with growth and spirit and talents. Yeah, someone who's using their talents to trap you, Merkaba, inverted energy, so that you wouldn't be able to alchemize something. Alchemize the life that they wanted you to live. I don't get it, dude. Someone like, and it's not even like, what the hell? Because they're in their south node. You have the signs that someone's in their south node. Someone could be like stress eating right now, or like anger eating, or they're like pacing around. Like someone's trying to calm themselves down with like candles and sage and shit, and like pacing around the house. Like, I can't believe this happened to me. I don't understand this. Like, why would anyone do this to me? What the fuck's going on with this? And it's like, well, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Saturn in my eye. Sit your fucking ass down. The truth is, you're fucking with someone's like choices. You made a choice to do something. You chose to agree to something. Someone's only fighting with themselves. Saturn's about to beat their ass inside out. Like, calm down. Get out. Because they try to stay blind to a lack of security or a lack of comfort that you've had. Fire. Anubis, Inwup is here to protect you with that too. Goodness, child. Yeah, and it's time. It's time for this judgment to hit someone or something to be seen this way. Because they work with Set. That's not an illusion. Someone's like a snake worshiper. They might have even told you about that before. And it's like, okay, do what you want to do. But I know who you is now. Yeah, read in between the lines about this person. Someone could be related to the Gorgons as well. Someone could be heavily related to the Gorgons. Heavily, heavily, heavily. There's a lot of harmony coming in. A water sign masculine knows that, or a water sign masculine is going to help you with an upgrade because they see where your focus is, and they're pissed off that they're pissed off because someone got caught, even though they were warned not to do something to you to repeat this cycle. They wanted to do it in a blind side. It's like, nah, I see what you're doing, and I'm not letting that go through. I am not letting that stay. Pause. I'm not letting that stay. Never. Mm-mm-mm. But I'm gonna get these, and then get yo angels, and then if anyone needs personal reading, follow the instructions in the pin. And I can pull a few cards for you here. I'm gonna get my water as well. Let's see here. Damn. All right. So you're no longer going to be breadcrumbed. Someone's working in their ego. That's why they can't bind you to something, or that's why they're trying to bind you to something that's failing. A musician or a dancer who's part of the Boosters Club is a past life love. They don't want revenge anymore for what they did a year ago, or they're not getting revenge anymore because they started last year. A Virgo knows that you're accurate in telling the truth about someone who used to be in the Skull and Bones. The grass was greener because it was real, but he does not want to come back. A Latter Day Saint, a Leo, because of this cycle that's happening. A divine masculine 5 years ago is no longer doing voodoo on you. A Knights of the Columbus, an ex, your ex, or someone with the name X has an return to sender to them. A Sagittarius on their sacral chakra and voodoo energy center. A Draconian does not want any more of the smoke. A mother knows that their money is going down. A Korean reptilian for what they did 10 years ago. S, Y, and throat chakra. They might have said some dog shit about you, about what you did 10 years ago, about who, or they were 10 years ago for them. They might have said some awful shit. They lick, the divine getting they look back now on them. It's been 10 years and they said, all right, it's time. Karma said, it's time. It's been 10 years. Oh my god, that's a lot of angels that want to pop out. That's the most this deck has ever given me. And I'm supposed to do 7 shuffles and one from the split in the middle. Holy. I ain't gonna complain. I'm gonna read you all of them too. Well, maybe if they don't fall. Maybe if they don't fall. But we have Haziel. When what have you promised that you haven't fulfilled? Our word is our bond. Keep yours today. Hayael. You have the strength of iron. You will score victory over your challenges. Roishel. You have a creative endeavor in the works. It's time to make it public. Hoyel. Wake up the intention of the heart. Keep your desires in the forefront of your mind. Cathatel, let purposeful action guide you. What are you looking for and what do you want to accomplish? Mihael, love and harmony will be in abundance. Keep your options open. Akaya, keep your head down and try to be both serene and busy. Allow your eyes to be open. Mankael, contain your anger today and don't get worked up. It's not a big deal anyway. Nithaya, pay attention to signs and symbols you see. They offer new wisdom. Brayahel, devote some time to your children, parents, or grandparents. Share the energy of familial love. And Izalel, is there someone you've been quarreling with? It's time to let go and move on. So yeah, that was the reading. If you all need a personal or a few cards, be sure just to donate any amount to the donation methods on the screen, and I will get to you then. I will get to you. I'm gonna be doing multitask stuff for a second though as well. Do not worry about that. I will definitely see the donations and things. Is this it? What? What? Okay, that's just bizarre. Oh well. That's funny. Oh well. That's okay. Uh There's that. Let me do. Let's see. Cool. Awesome. Anyway. Anywho. But yeah, if you all need any readings, let me know. So I donate to those things. And if not, how are we all doing? How are y'all feeling? Could be that. So let me scoot up first. You're good. Um, you too, Oracle of God. You too. Mm-hmm. Yep, I got it. What is your question? I'll get to it. Oh, okay. Well, thank you anyway. I appreciate it. Uh, there we go. But hopefully everyone is having a good day and night, afternoon, evening, whatever it is where you're at. Over here multitasking, just watching my face get lit up. Let's see here. defending yourself spiritually. Well, if you're defending yourself, you need to make sure that you know what you're defending yourself against. If you're defending yourself against someone personally, like using their name, that's inciting like that they are doing something to you and they are attacking you. And even if they're not attacking you, um you would be igniting like, hey, I'm doing this because of that, and that can give them uh a chance to retaliate. If you're just going to defend yourself spiritually, just do it from an energy. Don't necessarily do it from a person, because you do it from a person, you get stuck in a fight, because then they can go, oh, I'm not doing that, it's not me, and it causes like a whole big conundrum. But if you're doing it just against energies or chords or however, that's a totally different aspect. So when you do your spiritual defense, don't really do, because a lot of people will tell you, oh, especially practitioners, because like their main focus is doing attacks or defenses on like specific people. They'll tell you put their name in it because it's more effective. The only reason why it's more effective is because you're doing it against the person that is quote unquote carrying the most weight by putting their name on it. So just do it against the energy. Like if someone's sending you negative energy, instead of writing out their name, just cleanse your energy of anyone that would be sending negative energy your way, and use the word would or is, either one of those two, so that it covers all time and it's not just targeting someone. Um, because if you're wrong and it's not them sending it to you, or it's an entity that's attached to that person sending it to you, rather than just their own will of them wanting to do it themselves, then that can lead to a whole debacle of like, well, it's just this entity doing it. It's not technically them, but the source is coming from that. And then you'd be attacking a person who would just be possessed by entity, not knowing any better or not knowing that they are. And that puts you in like a whole thing. The demons know how to use the courts just as well as the angels do. So if you're gonna, add someone's name, make sure that like they are. Um, and if you don't really need to protect people for their highest good, just protect yourself. If you protect someone for their highest good and their highest good is not to get caught, then you're preventing things to get caught. Just protect yourself. There's not a need to put for your highest good. That's like a modern day bullshit thing to keep everything like a blanket, like under a blanket, really. I'm gonna go get my water. Because like if you yourself are doing it with good intention, or just the intention to separate yourself from a specific energy, then you wouldn't need to do it for your highest good. Because what would be more high or the highest than just you doing it for yourself in a protective manner? What if someone's highest good, whether entity wise or personal wise, is to see you on that downfall? Then you're just you put yourself in a situation where you're defending someone, because your words are going to hold that power. So just defend yourself. There's not a need to add anything extra to it. That's just a modern day thing that a lot of people do, and it's very uh backlashes. It backlashes a lot. So beware of that. Because coming from personal experience, where I've had to do something I said for their highest good, and then I got a huge backfire on my end because they didn't want to get hit with it. Because if you do it for everyone's highest good, then anyone with listening ears can have input. Yeah, I've experienced a lot. I literally lived in a house, and kind of still am, where I was under spiritual attack, and it was for 6 months straight, close quarters. Every day they would do it. Every night they would do it. I didn't have a break, so I know a lot about how this stuff works. It's not just like someone bullshitting. I've been under this attack. I know what it's like, and I've learned how to defend myself. And I learned the hard way of the power of intention behind these things, because a lot of people think like, oh, you can't do that to someone because it's bad. But if it's for your protection and it keeps them away from harming you, it's not for your bad. It might be for theirs because that's how they would take it and that would be their reaction. But as long as you know deep inside that you're doing it for protection of yourself, which is the highest amount, is self-love to do that, and you're not, attacking anyone, you're just defending yourself, it's different. And some attack work or some offensive workings can actually be seen as defensive workings, depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it. So it's very important to know that as well. But not a lot of people know about those things. Um, they wouldn't want to, because you don't have to get your hands dirty to do anything, especially when it comes down to like protection work. A lot of people think that protection work involves attacking, but not really. And a lot of attacking work is really just defensive work, depending on how you do it. It depends. Sometimes it is just what they do. Remember, we live in a very spiritual world, so some people are just genuinely offsprings of demons. Other people are possessed by demons. It's a spirit thing. Angels and demons aren't souls, they're spirits. So when someone says that someone's a demon, it's because they're possessed by a spirit of a demon. If someone says they're an angel, it's because they're possessed by a spirit of an angel. Angels are not souls. People like to say that um, because of the term earth angel, which would refer to having a soul of an angel, but angels are not souls and they are spirits, which is a whole other thing. That's why they have to come down, and they reside for a moment and not forever, or at least not forever, at least for a longer period of time than they do, because it's a spirit form. They have to lessen their density. No, they have to greater their density, excuse me, to come down for a limited amount of times. To be possessed by both, you're immortal. A space mortal. If you yourself make peace with both your angels, and your demons, you're just immortal. You're playing both sides of the fence, which makes you worse than a demon or a ball angel, because you're worshiping both instead of choosing a side, and you're one of the most confused of the bunch. You would rather be someone that worships a demon, and most, if not all people, not real, actually no, all people that truly know that truth would rather work beside a demon than someone who is having both angel and demon in them controlling them. You have will that resides in you, and the will is what is giving the energy to whether or not you're working with an angelic force or a demonic force. So you have to keep that in mind. Um, because it's like, and what I mean by like people who like know the truth would rather work with a demon than someone who's in between on both, is because would you rather not have someone that you know for a fact what they're gonna do based off of their demographic and stuff? Would you rather not have that work than with someone that can't even make up their mind in between what they want to do? That's what it's really going down to. I would rather work with a demon that I know, how they roll, what demon they worship, blah blah blah, than someone who is stuck in the middle, bouncing back and forth between an angel and a demon, because now I don't know what force they're working with. I don't know how to maneuver on my end, so it'd be safer for me to go by myself, and that also could trigger a whole thing. It's a fight that would be inside of that person that they still haven't figured out. Um, so it's very important to make sure that you're mentally aware of what you're doing. The healing journey is getting rid of one aspect or another. Some people do the quote unquote healing process in a inverted manner to rid of an angelic quality and to live fully in regression demon. and be, harsh on this realm, and others do healing in an upright or non-inverted method to rid of the demon, so they can operate on a frequency of love and authenticity. Well, both of them represent authenticity, but it's just a higher and lower realm, not necessarily more or less power, because seeing one as less power is an ego thing. It's just a polarity that you're on. But that's the importance of that. Sorry, I can't see. I was squinting. It's actually not. It's just a lack of education. You can be very, very conscious while healing and then process it. It's just a part of the healing process. People don't, if you're not actually processing what you've healed from, you're not healing. You're just bandaging and blanketing up yourself. Like, if you can't sit down and explain what you're healing from in a omniscient way, showing your side, their side, and then the truth of what happened, then are you really healing? That's the whole point. If you're only saying that someone did this to me and you're not seeing your aspect of it, then you're not healing. You're putting a blanket over it because that's something that you can't touch. That's an egoic thing where you think you need to be protected from the truth, protected from love rather than expressing love. Love is the strongest force that exists. It is it's the strongest bonding force, I'll say, that exists. Authenticity is the strongest force that exists, because when you are fully authentic or in your full power, it doesn't matter what polarity you land on, you're being true to self, and that overrides anything. But if you're not being authentic with yourself by seeing what you did as well as what someone else did, and seeing what you could have done differently as well as what someone else could have done differently, then you're not being authentic. You're only putting it on one side. It's not it's not agreeing with both sides, but it's just seeing things as they are and knowing deep down what you know to be right based off of your own moral compass and your own upbringing and your own mental mechanics. But you need to make sure that you're aware of it. Well, love is not lust. Love is love and lust is lust. So if you think love is lust, then you're dealing with lust. If you think that lust is love, then you're dealing with love. But it is about what it truly is, not what you're thinking, because your mind will fuck up what is actually happening. Your mind is based off of sensory, it's everything sensory wise, and with the world the way it's ran, you're either so caught up with fluoride that your brain won't work properly, or you're oversensitized by what's going around, or you're desensitized, or your attention span is too short to really see what's happening. So it's important to know what you're feeling. If you're feeling love, then it's love, and love is in all things, and nothing can be separated from love. It can only be ignored of. Dark practitioners don't use lust, or they don't use those things. They understand that love is that bonding force. It's not lust, because truly, if lust was a bonding force, then why would they do it to things that you would love? Or why would they attach that extra onto things that you would love? That wouldn't make sense. That's how these demons operate. Greed, for instance, people, they enjoy having money, but then the money becomes root of all evil whenever you attach that lust to it, because now you look at it and be like, oh, I need money for this, that, and the other, which this world has succumbed to. um but it's all love at the end of the day, and it's about what's being added onto it, because love is an unconditional source, and everything else that covers up love would be a condition that they put on top of it. If you've ever heard the saying, People love to hate. That's exactly what we're getting at. You know, people at the end of the day are still giving love, but they're perverting it into hate, because no one can do anything wrong. No one wants to do anything wrong. They do what they truly believe is right, and what's right is to love and to make sure that yourself is good. So at the end of the day, it's really about dismantling your ego to the point of actually seeing that, oh, this is a love that's happening and it's not a hate. But the way they output it on me and the way that they're doing it is projected as hate, because I personally, or the ego, does not like what is going on and would like it to change. Um, but everything is rooted in love. Nothing is rooted in anything else but love. The root will always be love. It's just what piles up on top of it. So how to deal with it is to just again remember that it's love. Your love will overcome anything in this world, and that's the whole point. But it's about how much do you love, what you're doing. Are you willing to submit to the things that are going on? Are you willing to stand up when they call us to stand up? But that's all a process of healing that a lot of people don't even get to. And then when they get to the point of understanding that everything's love, they either slow down or give up, because after that, then they have to look at everything around them. There's something odd about the human condition, because you surround yourself with things that you love, and there comes a point on your healing journey. This is going to sound weird for people that have not hit that point yet, where you look around and say, there's something inside my body that loves murder and loves all of this disaster around me because it's here, and I'm not actively doing anything to remove myself from it. Now, if you're actively doing things to remove yourself from it, that's different. Like if you're working up to live off grid and separating yourself completely from it, that's a different story. But for those that sit in that energy, it's because there's something that you love about where this is. There's something that inside of you brings you enough compassion within yourself to enjoy where you're at, yet also be content with complaining about it, because that's something that the soul or the spirit really would love to do at that time. So your dreams are very interesting. A lot of people won't talk about dreams this way because they don't have the actual ancient knowledge to know what dreams are. But the way your brain works is it keeps a record of everything that happens for 3 days, like a photographic, unless it's been traumatized into your cells and whatever. It keeps a strong memory of what happens in 3 days. Your dreams are all references to things that have happened to you in the past 3 days, energetically, mentally, emotionally, verbally, mentally, however. So when you're having reoccurring dreams, it's because there's an issue at hand that you have not yet faced, and it's something that it keeps popping up in your life for you to fix it. Um, when you don't have dreams at all, it's because your system is completely overloaded from day to day life, from procrastination, from not doing things, that your nerve system is actually backlogged and freezes and prevents you from having any form of dream, because doing that would cause would require your brain to process more, and that would cause like fritz, anxiety, sleep, what is it called? I keep wanting to say sleep apnea, but that's not it. Sleep paralysis. Like that's two different things. But it causes sleep paralysis and things like that. And sleep paralysis is just a different entity or a demon, more likely, trying to enter your body while your ka and your ba are out flying around in the astrals. Oh, you're good. Sorry, I was also typing. How do you stop people from coming into your dreams in the spirit? Uh, well, you work through those issues. I'll hit back on what Atomic said after answer yours, because I've seen your question. But you just work on those issues. If someone's popping up in your dream and they are giving you an action, like let's say they pop up in your dream and all your hair starts falling out. That's about losing your power. So you're giving someone your power. If you have a dream about someone and you punch them, that's you taking that dominance back. It sounds weird, but like that's you getting your power back. It's you standing up. It's you using force against them or you needing to use force against them to remove them. And that force would just be to heal from whatever that person has done to you or what they remind you of. If the dream has a specific setting, like your childhood house, it's because that person is triggering something in your childhood wounds that you need to go back and heal. Because if you don't heal that, then you're not able to move on. That person's going to have that cord. These dark practitioners use the astral scan your auric field to see like, oh, this triggers them from there, and if I can attach my cord here, I'll bother them in the dream realm. And then if they don't heal from that, it's like a whole gamble. It's the whole debate that the Shaitan and God had in the story of Job, or in the parable of Job, where the devil was like, oh, I bet I could get them to go this way. And God was like, okay, bet. It's that same thing. If you don't heal from that and mend it, then that devil's gonna keep going back. And that's how they get attached to those things. Oh, you have all these things around you. I'm gonna get rid of those things and replace it with just a reminder of who I am in my power. And it's about taking that power back. And the dreams are just to show you visually and emotionally, on a deeper sense, on a soul level or a spirit level, how that actually bothers you and where it roots from. Because a lot of people can't do that deep diving in meditation or in the waking hour because they haven't hit that level yet. So your dreams act as like a portal so you can see that deeper aspect of it and do the tiny steps on the physical. Um, how do you stay godly without hurting someone? Well, that's the conundrum. You'll never not hurt someone. It's not your fault that someone else gets hurt. That's what you got to stand on. If someone's like poking you on the arm and they enjoy, they are having a time, they're laughing and giggling, poking you, and you go, stop, that's bothering me, quit that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, and they get upset. That's not your problem. They have to work on that themselves. That's the whole aspect of healing. You have to stand up strong enough on your aspect to um not fall ill or fall down to their will of their reaction and stay strong to yours. If it bothered you, it bothered you. That's cool. Don't act out rashly, um but allow yourself to be like, "Oh, they didn't think that this would bother me. I don't need to coddle that person for it, but this person also needs to learn that that does bother me." And it could just be that they're bothered or in that state is because they've done this to multiple people, and their brain on a subconscious level is like, you did that to so and so didn't say that they got bothered, but they probably were bothered. And it's a whole program that runs in their head that you just kind of see the emotions of externally. So it's like you're not hurting someone by doing things that you need to do, but you can't help how they digest and handle things. Sorry about that, I was messaging. But yeah, don't give things attention. Like literally, this is an awful example, but it's also an example that will get the point across in a very direct way. Uh, it's like a child screaming in Walmart. You have like a million options to do, but they're screaming, they're making a fuss. Either you could scream at that child and tell them to shut up, and then they get screamed at by their parents, or you could keep walking until their parents or someone else decides to handle it because it's not your problem. Okay? That's like the best way to handle stuff like that. If someone's sending you negative energy, awesome. Good for you. You're sending me something that I'm ignoring. Cool. But I'm going to keep going about my day. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to cleanse. And when I do my cleansing, it's not going to be because you're doing this to me. I'm going to cleanse because I just feel like I have to cleanse right now. Like my go-to is taking quick showers, right? I love taking quick showers. It's like my go-to to getting energy off of me. I don't give a fuck if I know the person's date, like who they are, their date of birth. I don't give a fuck. If they're doing it to me, I'm just gonna take a shower and I'm gonna wash it off and I'm gonna wash my head. And when I wash my head, if they start coming to my mind, I'm literally washing that thought. I'm processing that thought. I'm letting that thought be a thing. As I'm washing my head, it goes away. It's literally being brought up to the surface and washed off. When I'm drying off my body, sometimes if I have to air dry, it's different. But if I'm, washing it off with a towel, if the projections are still popping up in my mind or whatever's going on, and they're being put on the towel, that towel is being washed. Because everything's on that towel now. It's all about that flow of being in state. I'm doing this one thing to put this there. And if we understand that water holds memory, and I'm washing that water off my body, and when I'm washing off of my body is also bringing these thoughts to my mind, I'm literally washing all that off of me, and it's no longer a part of me. Well, being good and bad is doing nothing in a sense, because it would be bad for you to do nothing but good for them to do nothing, so you would be an evil for yourself, but a good for the people who are trying to do that. um but yeah, that's but the thing is as well, we're all karmic, or we're all lessons to people. It's just about how much you are willing to digest those lessons. It's a matter of how much you're actually going to see the lesson in between you two and choose to agree. Do not choose to disagree. Agreeing to disagree means that you are saying I disagree. That makes you non-negotiable. To agree would be seeing their side, seeing your side, agreeing that they have their side, agreeing that you have your side, and seeing that the middle ground can either be created or not created, and agreeing to that Epps point. To agree to disagree would be to fight back, but in this weird world where we have these sayings that are completely backwards, to agree to disagree, and even the action to agree to disagree, leaves more strife and anger in between that situation than it would be to just walk away completely without needing that statement to be said or lived through. But just know that like the lesson that you're teaching someone, you're also teaching yourself. So the person on the other side can only learn their lesson as much as you learn yours. It's not about seeing your actions as right or wrong, but seeing them as this was my option, my best option in the state of existence that I was in at this time. And as time goes on, you might see a better option, or you might see that the option that you chose was truly the best option, and that there really wasn't any higher option. And then later on, it may come across to you that, oh, there was a better option instead of just believing that it was. Because again, it's all about time. There's some times where you do something for so long and it's like, oh, this has to be it, right? This has to be the only way to doing something. And then randomly you find out, oh no, this isn't right at all. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, I've just as older people can teach you things through their wisdom, the younger generation can teach the older new things because of their lack of experience with obstacles. It is possible to not become the people you hang around. You just have to have the willpower to not do so. And that can be very difficult, or it can be very easy depending on who you are, and how grounded you are in yourself. If you're not very grounded in yourself and you're very lucid, then it's important to make sure that you are staying away from people that would draw you into a more of a lucid place. Like, if you're very grounded in self and you don't care about disappointing people due to what they expect out of you versus what you are able to give to them, then you won't really have to worry about being changed by people. Now, the environment that you're in holds more control over you than the people that you're in, because that environment together changes all of you all coherently. So that's something else that you have to watch out for as well. Like, make sure that you're not overstepping your own self, uh, or anyone else due to the environment that you're in. Like, if you're in a stressful situation, uh, and the people around you are stressful, are you able to keep your own cool, or do you follow lead of the situation and the people in the situation and be stressed out as well? That's like a whole thing that you got to like pay attention to and be aware of. Because if you're not, then you end up getting souped into that tsunami, and then all of a sudden things go right or left. Um, Goodness. But it's just super important to know, like, know when. I'll take this a step further. When people say know who you are, it's better to know who you are in this exact moment of time than who you are in a totality. Because if you don't know who you are in this moment, then your total being will fucking self-destruct. But if you know who you are in this time, then your total being can resonate with that and attach to that, which will create a better outcome or a worse outcome depending on who you are in that point in time. Well, that right there is a very uh that's something that the human mind needs to work on. That's the ego. You're not going to get in trouble for being who you are. You've just attached your childhood wounds to trying to be who you are as a child, that have grown with you as an adult, or however old, adolescence, whatever. It's grown with you through the stages to make you believe that you'll be in trouble for being who you are, rather than just being who you are and seeing that there will be no trouble from it. Again, it goes down to other people should not have control over what you desire to do with your life. And if they do, what's causing that pull and push between you and yourself and the external world and you? No one will ever be in trouble for being themselves. It's all about the rules and magistrations and legislations that go up against them that are there. Now, of course, me saying that is gonna bother people, Because it's like, so you're saying it's not like murderers aren't wrong? Well, no, because murderers aren't necessarily murderers at birth. They're conceived at love, but somehow, some way, during that process of being created and bounded by love, a spirit of perversion entered and fucked things up. So, though it's not who they truly are, it's who they've been morphed and grafted into. And that's something that we also have to look at, because a lot of times, again, we're not who we are because of our environments. Do we truly know if we're being our true self, or are we being a self that has been endangered? And it's important. It's more important to help yourself be yourself. Um, unless you're a menace to society, which I say that loosely, because what is truly a menace to society uh depends on what you which society you focus on. And the totality of things, the truth speaker is the menace to society. Uh, but the murderers, and the nail-doers and the what we would call the evil ones are more of the awareness of the harm that society has created, rather than having a community where we all commune. We have a society where social norms are the leading factor of things. To be healthy is to have a healthy mind, body, soul. It's a um, physical, spiritual, mental aspect of self. You can be healing on your healing journey, but are you eating the right foods? Are you still consuming like food with blood in it? For instance, don't be mixing your blood with other blood. It fucks with your DNA. Our DNA is already fucked up enough. Why do we do this? Anyway, um, sorry, I have to get that out. But are you eating right? And how do you know if you're eating right? Well, are you taking care of your body? Are you at a weight that allows you to do your things? Are you exercising? Not only exercising physically, are you exercising your mind by learning? Are you exercising your emotional by speaking correctly, not speaking incorrectly, which would be from a place of fire rather than a place of pyre. Pyr versus fire. Pyr being the divine fire, the pure fire, and fire itself just being a destructive light source. But well, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but everything you eat affects your DNA. So if you're gonna eat animals, this has nothing to do with veganism. This has to do with like facts. If you're gonna eat something that's been abused, then you're putting abusive DNA in your body, which is why a lot of people can't heal from traumas, because their DNA is riddled with that shit. Everything you do, everything you intake affects your DNA. So it's not a matter of fact whether you're eating bloody meat or not, but are you cleansing your system afterwards? Like, you can eat meat. No one gives a fuck if you eat meat or not, right? That's a you thing. Are you detoxing? Are you cleansing your body still after the fact you doing this? That's all that matters. Because if you're not, then you're keeping all that gunk inside your body, and all that does is deteriorate and break you down. If you're cleansing yourself and exercising and doing the things that you need to do, like routine gut cleanses and stuff, then you're good. Doing parasitic cleansing and stuff, you're fine. But if you're not, then that's where it kind of leads on to the bad aspect, because now you're just damaging your body without healing it back. But it's only bad if you deem it's bad. Society can't tell you shit. Society is based off a bunch of fake illusional norms that change every fucking 5 to 10 years, if not less than that at this rate. So that doesn't matter. If you are okay, then that's good. Some people, like the people on My 1000 Pound Life, they fucking love that shit. They can have it. Then you see some people who are on that show like, I don't like this, and they switch up their life. That's all that matters. But it's all that matters to you. If you don't want to, you know what I mean? Don't. And that's the difficult part about talking real deep about the truth of things, because then when you start talking about aspects like that, then we start going into a realm that I'm not going to talk about right now, because it is, here's an excuse, it's 11:31 p.m., so I don't want to talk about it right now. How about that? uh but yeah, I'm sorry I had to make that excuse. I will. There have been times where I have talked about it. It's just one of those times where right now, I don't want to. I don't want to. I really like. There's something in my body that's like no, so I'm like okay, I won't. But yeah, I mean everything's a baby, dude. Everything was born as a baby. So whether or not you want to think that and keep that in your forefront, your frontal cortex is up to you. But everything was once a baby and a child. Everything was once sperm. If it's like living and breathing, it was some form of seed. For all seeds. Well, some of us are fake seeds, or GMO'd or cloned seeds. Some of us are authentic seeds, but we're all covered with bacteria that we end up calling the flesh. Um. Why did I close this program and then open it back up preemptively? I mean, yeah, it sucks. You know, you shouldn't prevent yourself from feeling that's the sorrow, because it's just like that's a human experience. Feeling is part of the human experience. If you're not feeling something, then you're a robot. I'm gonna keep it real. You know, I gotta keep it real. If you're avoiding your feelings, you're just a robot. You're not feeling nothing. You're just programming yourself to be very null, and like you're preventing yourself from actually living the human experience, which is feeling. If we didn't have senses, then we wouldn't need to feel anything. So the fact that we have these feelings is purposeful. It's part of the experience. That's part of our healing journey, is to learn how to be more tempered with those feelings, rather than being agitated or suppressed by them, rather than suppressing them. I need to turn on the heat. I guess I'm cold because I can't stop shivering. That don't usually happen. I'll turn you up twice, actually, just because I can. Just because I can. Some people look the same because they're clones, literally. That's the truth of it. Yeah, the it's called DNA splicing and cloning, baby. Some people were born in cabbage patches. Some people were born in fields of wheat and corn. Literally, the game Cabbage Patch Kids comes from, I think, a an experiment in the 70s. Well, this right? I think it was in the 70s. I'm not without hands up because I don't remember the time frame. But everyone has 12 clones. I would say that off bat. Everyone has 12 clones, but Cabbage Patch Kids, I believe, if my memory is right, was an experiment done in the 70s.
where they were literally growing babies from the ground. That sounds really funny and fucked up, but I'm telling you, I know that experiment existed. I just don't remember the time frame. But art imitates life, and all that stuff is there. So, and the thing about clones is you have to find out if you're the original or not. Knowing if you're the original just means that you're uncopyable. So even though you have these clones, they can't do it like you, but they all do it the same way. Um, and clones don't even have to be made scientifically or grafted. They can literally be born by someone watching you and then being so obsessed with you that then their DNA begins to modify itself and shape themselves like you. It's really weird. Um, but a clone will never be able to do things authentically. If you like, you would know how to do one thing. Your clone would not be a carbon copy of you unless it had your true soul or your soul print, which not everyone has a soul. That's another topic. You think it was in? I think it was okay. It might have been in the 40s. It might have been in the 40s. I just remember like they'd had like the Children of the Corn. That's where that movie was based off of, kind of, but all that stuff. Yeah, because your clones will always mock you because they want to be seen as something greater or something more excelled than you, but they mock you to get the energetic response off of you so they can feed off of that response, that adrenochrome S response, the loosh farming, so that they can then act more like you. That's all. That's why it's important to know who you are and stay grounded in the present moment so that if you're around someone that's a clone or around someone that's trying to mimic you or be like a skinwalker s type uh, thing, like person, I guess. I can't remember the term, but if they try to act like a skinwalker basically and be you, it all comes from loose farming and getting you to react out in that specific way. But as long as you don't feed into it, you are good. Or I mean, you could also just like do what most fucking celebrities do and let them take your blood and your hair and then they just make a clone of you that way. And then they hook you up to like a neuropad link thing that literally scans your brain waves over like I think it's a 72-hour period, and then it just basically mimics everything that you do. They like EEG you. Oh, yeah, that just comes from a DNA inferiority. Yeah, Julia, we're still going. We started a new one. Don't think we ever gonna stop. But this one's more of an educational stream. We haven't really done any card pulls. This has been solely educational. Listen, that jab, that fucking the fucking oh god, dude, don't get me started on the fucking the vaccines, dude. You're a transhuman. We are now entering transhuman human events. If you got the vaccine, you are not 100% human no more. Let alone we were barely that to begin with. You have all sorts of shit up in you now. I don't know what the hell. But you are now officially a transhuman. That's not take that as you will. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just telling you that I know that if you got that vaccine, you are now part of the trans human that the species. Not saying that you're trans in the gender, but trans as in a species in itself. You are now grafted with whatever the fuck they put in you. Uh, And they definitely have put a little bit of robotics in you, a little bit of nanochipping, a little bit of uh, just a little bit of satellite control. So just a teensy bit, just enough not to hurt you, I guess. But it does hurt you because at the end of the day, it's all fucked up, dog. It's all fucked up. Yeah, we're entering that era. I mean, there's already that one man that is the only dude to he has the fucking the Neuralink chip, dude. That one dude, he has Neuralink in him now. And it's like that's awful and terrifying. Why would you do that to yourself? I thought you said EMF blocking hoodies and crayons. I was about to say, what are the crayons gonna do? Like, if they turn into Marines, you just feed them the fucking crayons and they start eating them and get distracted or something. But you said carry on. I was like, okay. But yeah, we no longer need the tinfoil hats or the tinfoil covers. It's just EMF protection. Carry Start carrying around copper and zinc, and you'll be fine. Just carry on copper and zinc. You'll be fine. Do not put them up your nose. Please don't. Crayons are for eating and coloring on special occasions. Do not put them up your nose. They do not smell good. It's really fucked up though because I dated a Marine and they were straight up telling me like, yeah, we eat crayons sometimes, and I was like, are you fucking? That's not a joke. They're like, no, I've watched people eat like boxes of crayons, and I was like, God, I was like, did you ever? He ate one. He admitted to eating one. It was orange. He said it did not taste good, and I was like, why in the world? What is like? What the fuck? Dog, honestly, any vaccine. I don't. Mm-mm. Vaccines are something else. They are not. Because look, if the elitists don't do it, I wouldn't do it. Because if the elitists are not getting jabbed in the arm, and I'm not talking about those old fuckers that are already on a deathbed getting hit with the needle. I'm talking about the ones that are still rich in blood. If they not taking nothing, I'm not taking it either because they wouldn't be taking it. They would be taking it if it was actually going to help them. If they don't do it, it's not helping them. Now, I'm not saying that eating babies is helping you. That's a reptilian thing. That's a draconic reptilian thing that they do. That has nothing to do with health. That's a ritual. But Earth-wise, if they're not eating it or injecting it or doing it, I'm not doing it. I don't care. Can it be passed away? You can take herbs and tinctures. It's not like the death of you. Obviously, it's just bettering your health. Exercising, cleansing your blood system mainly, will help you cleanse your DNA. So, finding ways. I'm not really too sure because I'm not the most excelled in that. But getting tinctures or herbs or going to a herbalist that can teach you or at least lead you in the right direction to how to cleanse your blood system, how to cleanse your lymphatic system, how to cleanse your guts and intestinal systems, and cleanse your brain, your neural system is gonna be the best way to do it. Boxes of crayons is diabolical, and I don't know if they were like the 24 pack or the 6 pack. I don't know. I just know that he said boxes. So I'm going to imagine it was the actual 24 pack of them that they were just going through. I don't know. But boxes is diabolical. I don't know how you would go through boxes of them, dude. I really don't. I really don't. I don't know how the hell. How the fuck do you even eat a crayon? Would the wax not just be irritating? I swear, I think I'd get pissed off eating a crayon. I'm being honest. I really think I'd get pissed off eating crayons. I'd like, why? This wax up in my teeth. This shit pissed me off. It's like, it's, oh god, dude. It's soft, but it's too soft and malleable so it doesn't like break. And when it does break, I don't even want to talk about it. Whatever. 120, don't even get me started on the 120. Don't even get me started on the 120 boxes. Those things are fucking crazy. So that's the thing. I can't tell you if you have a soul. Everyone has a spirit, and that alone should allow you to be at peace. Because if you in yourself are a spirit who does their very best to be agreeable, to spread love on this earth, and to do right, do things in the upright, then you are listening and being guided by an angelic force. That is all. If you literally take time of your day wondering, did I do something right? Or was I wrong in this? You're being guided by an angelic force. So that's something that you shouldn't have to worry too much about. Okay? That's why a lot of people can't talk like deeply about these things, because it's like it can get to you. And you know, if you're talking to someone that doesn't know what they're talking about, you just get sucked in that rabbit hole and you can't get drug out. Fortunately, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to a lot of this stuff due to Dr. Malachi's York and the books in the description. So don't stress about it. I can't tell you if you have a soul or not. Having a soul is a whole other thing. You will talk to some people, and I'll say this off bat, because some people don't even know what they're talking about. Some people will say white people don't have souls, which is a complete lie, because a soul is not based off of your fucking race. It's based off of who you are birth of. Either your birth from the father of the heavens, or your birth from the father of the earth, which is Shaitan or the devil. Those are your two mothers and fathers that you have. So you can tell that by the actions of your everyday life. If you're someone who's doing their very best to heal, to grow, to evolve, to shine a light of purity and help others and lift others up, you're being guided by an angelic source. So whether or not you have a soul or not, you should know that you're being saved and that you're going to be safe by the angelic force. On the other hand, if you're doing your damnedest to cause chaos and destruction, then you're born of a demonic force. Now, taking it a step further, there are demons that are here to help Earth, and there are angels that are here to destroy Earth. So again, how are you using your willpower or your life on Earth to move? There are some demons that are literally taking their time on Earth to better this place, and there are some angels on this Earth who are only here to cause separation and destruction. And that's what you really have to get down into, is not worrying about whether you're a demon or an angel, but what are you doing here? Because there are demons that reside on the upper levels of hell. And you can go back into the Egyptian mystery, which brings you to Osiris and them, Osiris and Horus, or Heru, and Aset or Isis, who rule the upper realms of the underworld, which are known as your paradises of the underworld, where it's like your highest heaven for the lowest realms, which is good. And then you have your lowest realms of the lowest underworlds, which is your bads, right? And then same thing for your heavens. You have your highest heavens, which are your most holy and most pure. And then you have your lower heavens that are still dense, but yet still reside in some form of modality of peace. So it's all a balance on both sides. There are really four sides you're looking at, because the circle turned into a square, and the square is four sides, and that's what it all comes down to. What is ego? ego is the I. It is the aspect of yourself where you are present. It's where you and yourself conjoin and a decision is made. The ego is less of an actual thing inside of you. It is a force that will compel you to move in a way that goes against your actual origin. Um, but um, a better way to explain what your ego is who you are in a excessive force. Um, to know having a spirit would be to be feeling. Thank you for the sparkles, Julia. I can repeat that for you. Let me repeat this real quick. So to have an ego would be your force at excess. So you would express yourself like, let's say that you're a loving person, right? And you're like, oh, you should. I don't know how am I going to say this because I don't want to use love as an example for the ego. Let me find something else. Like ego would be you doing something to the extreme. So you forcing yourself on someone would be you doing it out of an egoic manner because you believe that it would be better done this way rather than another way. Ego is just excessive force of your true character. You yourself are an ego. Your ego needs to be dissolved and then eliminated, not just eliminated. Pride is pride. Pride is less of your ego, but pride can back up your ego. Your deadly sins are what back up your ego. This is the reason why I have to do it. It's the excuse that allows permission for a disagreeable act to be put out. But to have a spirit is how we feel. The soul is more of an aspect of who you are as a being. You know, you have your terrestrial beings, which are the beings on Earth. You have your celestial beings, those that come from the celestes or the stars, and then your sub terrestrial beings that are the beings that come from underneath the Earth. That doesn't mean hell. That just means inside the Earth, right? Um, so when you have a soul, that soul is more of an aspect of your light or your mm, I'm trying to remember how it was described. I don't want to say this wrong. So let me do this instead. Let me look up. Wow, you're not gonna let me do it? Where's it at? Would it be in here? No, it would not be in here. There's only 4 books in here. Bro, hold on. Okay, here. I'm gonna link you this. This would do this will do more good than any words that I could come up with. I'll do it this way. So, Atomic, go get this. Or find a way to get that. This would be a better way to talk about a soul or a spirit, or what a soul is and what a spirit is, than me just saying something. This will give you everything that you need. This would be, it would do more justice than my words could ever do. Of subterranean chakras, not really. I do not know too much about them. My main focus are the main 7 chakras. Um, I feel like the lower and higher chakras on the because everything within the chakras are just a spectrum of light. So you would be talking about past your ultraviolet, which would be the crown. you would start talking about gamma rays and X rays and nano rays, and are they called theta waves? You'd be talking about the more extant versions of light. So to learn more about those chakras would be to see what colors they emanate or see what frequency they resonate at, and then looking at whatever that light frequency is within the X-ray, the gamma ray areas. Well, quarks are more of so your quarks, your bipuses are past your atomic levels. So you have God, if I can remember this, I'm either gonna say this backwards or I'm gonna say it the correct way. So bear with me. Uh, I do not remember this very strongly off the top of my head. So you have your atoms that then go into like the electrons, the neutrons, the protons, and then from there you get your quarks, which are made up of bipuses, or and then those are made up of another element, and they begin with Z, and I forgot what the fuck they're called. But that's talking more about energy and the formation of atoms, and the formation of cells than it's talking of chakras. But they do resonate at frequencies of light. So that's important to keep in mind of as well. Okay. Good question, Julia. Okay, cool. I'm glad I answered it while you were typing it. But Julia, when you lose all motivation, think of it as a fire. You're building a fire, right? So you have your fire pit, you have the foundation of your fire, you have your logs that are stacked up. The fire's dying. Some people will think, oh, let me rummage it around. And that's rummaging around will be like you trying different new ideas going around. Um, and then you would have some people that would put more logs on it, or like, oh, I need to keep putting more pressure on it. But letting that fire die out all the way is the best way to kind of go about resurging that out. You don't need anyone to draw you out of that mind prison. You need to find what brings that life back into you. All that fire is life inside of you. So when you are lost at like a spiritual or soul level, what's doused your fire? What has taken the inspiration or the in spirit ion, spirit being in energy inside of you? What's killed that? What's turned that into nullity? What's turned all your kinetic energy into potential? And again, like how you said it, getting out of that mind prison, what can you do to create joy in you? Like, even if it's a tiny spark, because the greatest of flames can come from that tiny spark. So you have to really realize and sit back. What are things that I used to do that inspire me that no longer inspire me now? And what things am I looking for doing new? And then again, learning something new, stimulating your brain is the best way. Uh, learn a new language, learn a new skill, cook something, get out of the primal pattern that you put yourself in, so that you're not stuck in that loop. When you learn something new or you do something new in your day-to-day life, it excites your brain. It literally lightens up your body and you get new life. So it's about doing new things every day, even if it's small. Like let's say you never shower when you first wake up. You always brush your teeth, then shower. Literally, at a random day, shower, then brush your teeth. It makes a very big difference. It does not sound like it would, but it really does. It excites new life because you're not doing the same thing over and over again. It eliminates your predictability. It breaks a boundary away that holds you back. And it's like, oh shit. Like, why did I do this before? Or if you are into it, like spicy foods, your spices will kick in your brain as well. And it's like, okay, well, this is a new flavor or however, right? Just don't overindulge in it. Your brain's always looking for like a dopamine, and all dopamine is experiencing something in a new way. Literally, um, staring at a wall. Stop staring at your phone and electronics. Stare at a wall for 30 minutes. I'm not joking. You will be more productive in your day-to-day life or and find more passion and more fuel if you just stare at a wall for 30 minutes. That sounds really stupid, but I promise you, it does something to your brain. I haven't done full research into it, but I've tested it out. I have stared into a blank space and I've been like, you know what? I actually want to go do something now because I'm no longer draining my dopamine receptors of everything around, excuse me, around me, and I'm no longer being affected by sensory overload around me either. So, keeping those things in mind is like the biggest thing that you can do for yourself. Oh, always try something new. Always try something new. And even if you can't go anywhere or do anything too brand newish, uh, you just find something. I don't really know how to help. Yeah, watching paint dry does the same because you can't really expect anything of it. Your expectation is, oh, when is it going to be fully dry? But at the end of the day, it's like you're looking at a point of the paint where it is dry already. The paint is already dry where you're looking at that specific tiny ass point where you're looking, but the totality of it isn't. So it's not giving your brain anything new to latch on to. It's like, oh, this part's drying, that part's drying, that part's drying, that part's more wet than there. But then all of a sudden you start to all see it like, oh no, it's all just wet because the sun is just shining more on that area than that one. It's all the same wet. And it calms your brain down because it's like, I no longer have to be excited about this, that, and the other. I can move forward and do this. But doing something super small and new, literally listening to new music. Like, let's say you just want to listen to music, listen to foreign music. Even if you don't understand what the fuck they're saying, just listen to it. It will create new pathways in your brain, and it literally in your day-to-day life you'll all of a sudden just start doing things differently because it's like, well, you're intaking something that's different. um it's crazy how it works. It's crazy how simple it is to fix the human condition, but at the same time how complex it is. um or like what's really funny is like tapping on the table, making rhythms with your body, even if it's just like sound, will help you break that pattern. It's I don't that part I don't really understand. As someone that does music, I'll always catch myself like tapping on things and I'm like, not even when I'm stressed out anymore, but when I'm like bored or thinking, and it just helps create that new pathway. It's very interesting how it all like collides together. So doing anything like that. Yeah, I get that. I get worried about people around me that kind of turn into zombies too. It it's a terrifying thing, but it's not something that you can force on them. And obviously, I know you wouldn't, force anyone to do anything, obviously. But it's like just suggesting these tiny things, or even when you're hanging out with them, you know, doing things of that nature really will help them snap out of that mindset. But a lot of brain fatigue just comes from seeing the same thing over and over again. It it's like a dopamine rush that the brain loves because it can predict what's going to happen, but it actually kills the brain too because your cells begin to lose the need that electronic impulse because it can already generate itself what's going to happen, so your cells begin to like corrupt. mm, I get that. It's really best to always send them off with something new, and that kind of sounds shitty, to kind of say, depending on how you think about it, but it's like it's true. Like if they come to you, it's like, hey, have you tried this? You know, do this, or even if you do it with them, you know, if you hold your phone up to a wall on video chat and you're both just staring at it, even doing that is like, well, are you watching the wall? You know, just doing something like that. It will create kind of a new pathogen, a new pathway for them to be more willful to do it on their own. It silences the mind because it no longer has to take in blue light or any sort of extra light. It's just like it takes away the sensory. It deprives you of your senses, which in a good fashion because it allows your senses to calm down. But yeah, I get that. I get the whole they think you're nuts thing. That happens to me a lot because I'll say some off the wall shit and people are like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, yeah, just go outside and stick all your fingers in the dirt. Trust me. And they're like, why? Just do it. Go outside look for a 4-leaf clover. Like I don't want to do that. That's boring. I do it all the time. There was one time in the healing class where I was sitting outside. In the middle of the whole class, my dumbass was looking for 4-leaf clovers. Because I was like, my brain started to hurt. So I was like, let me look around for something. Oh, 4-leaf clover. I never found one. But I did find a lot of 3-leaf clovers. And the other thing that looks like a clover but is not a clover as well. That as well. I forgot what those are called. I really did. Dude, I can't find one. I think it's because I'm looking for them. I need to stop looking for 4-leaf clovers and start looking for like 3-leaf clovers. I just don't have that Irish luck in me, dog, or something. I don't know. I don't know. But I will always find random like pennies and coins no matter where I go. I don't care. I will find coins out the ass. Like, dude, when I was homeless, I think it was actually a crow pile that I was finding because there would always be crows that would fly away when they would see me walk up to it. So I guess they were giving me gifts. Um, and what's up, Zato? It's been a minute. Um, but I would always find coins and I pick them up. I made at least $10 one day walking around finding coins and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And then every day, people, hey, do you got a spare quarter I could have? I actually fucking have a lot of quarters you could have. Let me give you a few. And to this day, when I had to go back to where I was homeless for visitation for visit things, I someone walked up to me. One of the people that I talked to, they were like, "Hey, do you got a quarter?" I said, "I probably do." I did because I still have coins from that time. I don't think I have any now. Where's my bag at? If I do, I'm gonna lose my mind. Is what I'm gonna do. But how we been, Zato? How we been? It's been a fat minute. It's been a fat minute. He literally walked up to me though. Was like, "Hey, do you have a spare quarter I can have? I'm a quarter short from buying cigarettes." And I was like, "Yeah, I probably do somewhere." No, I still got a bunch of damn fucking coins in this shit. Yeah, dude. I still have. Hold up. I'm gonna just. I got 1 quarter, a penny, a dime, a nickel, 2 quarters, 2 dimes, 3 quarters, 2 pennies, 2 nickels, 4 quarters, 2 more pennies. two more pennies on top of that. Another fucking nickel and two other pennies. I can't. I have too many coins, dude. They fucking follow me around wherever I go. And every time, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to that around the area next month. I'm damn sure gonna have another quarter for that man if he walks up and asks me again, and I'm gonna give him another fucking quarter because I ain't got nothing better to do. I really don't. I'm always gonna have a quarter for this man. The quarter they do be helping out. That the crows been helping me out forever, man. The crows love helping me out. They love giving me quarters and shit, and pennies and dimes. I'm gonna start leaving out. I'm gonna start leaving them out for them over here. Build up my collection again. Ah, too many coins. I need more coins. I'm glad we're both doing better, dude. I'm glad to see that you're doing good, doing better too, Zato. I really am, and we out the trenches for real. I don't want to go back. I was there for a short time for a mission, and I'm fine. Man, I wish I had See, that's the part. That is the unfortunate part for the crows. I also love peanuts, and I will eat the peanuts before I give them to the crows. So there's that issue. There's that issue. I don't fight me all day long. I do not care. I'm gonna eat the peanuts before I give them to the crows. I've yet to have a crow eat peanuts with me. So until that day happens, I'm probably going to have a lack of peanut supply for my crows. Because I cannot buy an excess of peanuts. And that's my issue. That is my issue. I know the crows gotta eat. I give them other things. I make anytime I make biscuits or bread, I'll always leave like 3 biscuits and give them to the birds. It's just what I do. I can't not. And then I gave them sunflower seeds. They didn't like those. They liked the walnuts I left them. Oh, they fucking devoured the walnuts I left them. Oh my god. They didn't have any. There were nothing left after those walnuts were gone. That shit was crazy. It was a big ass bag of walnuts I put outside. And then I heard like a crow start screaming for his friends. I went inside, came out like 2 hours later, all gone. All of them just fucking dead gone. Nowhere to be seen. It was so fucking crazy. Thank you for the star. Thank you for the star. Oh man. I got the yawns on me. But I'm probably gonna be doing more of these streams where I'm just sitting around talking and stuff. I need the walnut man. No, dude, I go outside. It doesn't matter where I like who's outside. I go outside. And they start like cawing at me. And there was one day I was outside, and I'd never in my life seen it. A whole damn murder of at least like 30 crows flew above my head. And I was like, what are y'all doing? I've never in my life experienced something like that. I know they remember my face. Anytime they see me, they're like, oh my god, it's you. And it's funny because I used to take care of the crows about 2 miles away from where I'm living right now. They remember me. And I know they do. Because one of them was ballsy, and he would always walk up to me. And there was one day, it walked really close up to me, and it tapped me on my like it pecked my kneecap, and flew away, instantly. Like it just pulled the biggest joke on me. I swear I think that crow is back, because it will hop up like right next to the tree, to next beside the porch, and stare at me. And if I look at it, it flies away. Like I think he wants to like pull another joke on me. So whatever it wants to do, I'm gonna let it do. But I want it to be friendly with me so I can convince it, province it to be my friend and harass people for me. That was like a childhood goal of mine. I was like, I want a slew of birds that whenever someone like bullies me, I just make them poop on their car. Like I just point shit on their car and just like I just think that'd be the funniest thing. I don't know why. That's like very neutral. That's like chaotic neutral as hell. But I feel like that would just be like I would love to do that. I just once when I want that to happen. Just once. Only once. Thank you, Julia. Goodness. What are you doing? Why are you sending me so many thumbs up? What's going on? I can start a. What? I didn't know I could do that. That's crazy. YouTube lets me do that? It does it really? I want to do that. I'm going to learn how to do it. Be careful hitting them licks now. Make sure that when you're doing your day trading that you're doing it with purity. Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. That's all I'm gonna say. You do what you gotta do in life, but make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Don't be scamming no one. I'm on to you. I know you don't scam no one, but I'm on to you. I'm watching you. Since you want to pop back up, I'm watching you. See, that's what I want to do. Is just like, can you please, for the love of God, just poop on this person's car? Take their wig and fly away with it. Show him who's boss. Like, get him out. Get him away from here. Take their wig. Take their wig. Bring me their food. I know they're having a picnic. Give me their basket. No, I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far. That's not something I would do. But that would be pretty funny. That would be very funny watching a whole like 3 crows flying with like a picnic basket. Like, man, what the fuck they do when they drop down and just a crow with a picnic with the crows is what I'm trying to say. Goodness. But yeah, I know you have good intentions, say no worries. I'm just goofing with you. Good luck with your journey though, truly. The visual is crazy. I'm telling you. Just I swear that can happen. That would be just so funny. You would get silverware, you would get all sorts of food, you'd get napkins, cups, drinks. Dude, you'd get so much from just like 3 crows. And then like you just give the crows the silverware because they're shiny and some of the food, and then boom. Like they get stuff out of it, you get stuff out of it, you get a basket that then you can put stuff for the crows in. Boom. Literally every bit of that bad intention now has been transmuted into something better. You've just Robin Hooded someone. Literally, I'm telling you, this is why you should not let me think. I can either be an agent of absolute chaos or like one of the craziest like inventors, and there's no in between. And my brain does not think of things as being good and bad. It's just like I could do this, and this could be good for humanity. Because then imagine this, right? You start your own business. It's like using drones to deliver stuff. You use crows to deliver stuff. All they do is leave shiny objects outside their house or like glass or something. Just tell the crows where they gotta go. You put that shit in that basket. Those crows go out, get that shiny shit. They bring it back to you. It's an online transaction, so you get paid. I'm telling you. And then like you have like the person sends a photo of their face. Look at them. This is where they is. This is their area. You train the crows for like a week. This is what they're doing. Boom. I'm telling you, it would work. It would work so well. But you would just have to be very determined and find crows that would actually be willing to do it. I'm telling you. It's called being a businessman. I'm a very efficient businessman. If you give me any type of situation that needs a solution, I don't care how stupid it's gonna sound, I will have a solution for it. It will work if you are determined, and if you're not determined, it's not for you. But what's your question, Julia? It's all good. It's always good to have fun in the joke, though. It's not bad. It's never bad. Oh my gosh. Damn. It's almost 1 o'clock. I think I might do this from now on, like at late at night, and just spend 2 to 3 hours at night just doing like whatever over here, like a Q&A or something every night. I feel like that would be good. I need to start doing that. I'm telling you though, like we could do worldwide shipping, dude, with that. Fuck the what was the carrier bird? The fucking the spork? Not that's a fucking eating thing. That's what I'm trying to talk about. I don't know why I said a spork. I'm sorry. That's not at all what you are. I'm I gotta look this up. I'm so sorry. The store. I was like I was adding a letter and removing a letter. The stork, not a fucking spork. What is wrong with my brain? Are you tired up there? You just talk about picnic baskets and now we got sporks on our mind. A stork. I had to Google what's the bird that delivers babies, by the way, to get that answer. But by the way, that's how you figure stuff out. I will be the dumbest person on earth and Google shit like that just to get an answer. Because that's what it is. It's the baby delivering bird. What else am I going to look up to find out what a stork is? A baby delivering bird. Come on now. But that's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. Yeah, give people their court summons from a crow. Watch them get mad. Watch them try to swat that shit away. They gonna remember they face, and then they gonna assault them when they show up to court. You gotta show up to court and be harassed by crows now. Fuck you. That's what you get. Go to court. You get double judgment. Judgment from the crows and judgment from the judge. That's exactly what's gonna happen. And ain't no one gonna stop it. Ain't no one gonna have the balls to stop that crow from harassing that person. I'm like, they did something fucked up. They did something real fucked up. Why is that crow attacking that person? They fucked up real bad. A whole family gonna be on their ass. All because they want to be smart and do some dumb shit. That make no sense. They want to be smart and do some dumb shit. But that's how they act for real. That is how they act. That's fucking neat. Oh man. Yeah, like I'm telling you, that's exactly what's gonna happen. These people gonna start. I'm. I am not responsible for any futuristic crow attacks that happen. I am not responsible. I do not hold responsibility for this. I do not control the actions of anyone listening to any messages that I give. I am sovereign from the responsibilities of others uh, and their elemental mechanics. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to smile about it too. I'm going to protect myself. Because, like, shout out Raziel. Heck yeah, shout out Raziel. The angel that has the mysteries of God, Raziel. Shout him out all day long. Okay. I was about to mention the Crow Court, but if you're an ambassador for the Crows, I don't think I have to worry about Crow Court uh, petitioning me in a invalid way. I don't want to get what is it blackballed. I don't want to get blackballed by the Crows. I don't need them. I don't need them coming together and saying we don't want you at all. I would rather Brazil, Brazil. I can't fuck my brain. Sorry, I'm thinking about crows still, but Brazil, Brazil, whichever way, depending on where you're coming from. Some people say Raziel. Some people say Raziel. Uh, because it depends on where you're from. Because the E sound, the double E, what can either be Z or Z, but it depends. Like, if you're English, people say Raziel because they don't understand the phonetics of E should sound the same in all ways. It shouldn't have different pronunciation, but that's the English language. And then other people say it Raziel because the and Z and L are the same sound. So it depends on where you're from. Raziel, Raziel. It's like Gabriel. Some people say Gabriel or Gibrael or Gibrael. It all depends on like phonetically where you're from. What about the no, because they're not, are they? No, they're not. I forgot. I keep dude, that's the one thing. I always get it confused because Cardinals are their own family. Right? Cardinals are their own fucking thing. I can pull a card for you, Zato, for sure. To the Thunderbirds. Where'd my there's the deck. You said a card, so I'm gonna be that specific and only pull you one card. Because that's what you asked for. I'm gonna be that way. So Vraziel does technically have some connection to not necessarily Thunderbirds, but the Thunderhawk in itself. Um he holds the secrets of God himself, the secrets of magic and protection. The Eight of Cups is your card, those Zato. Um, pay attention to what you're walking away from and why you're walking away from it. Not so that you can
Not so you don't have to do super chat. If you have any of the other ways here, it's all good. But if you have to do it through super chat, that's also fair. But look at what you're walking away from. Not not in a way to think that, oh yeah, this is bad and that's why I got to walk away from it, but as a lesson point to see what benefits you have walking away from it, or what led you to walk away from it. Um, but I would be aware of what you're just walking away from as a way to build more temperance in yourself on your journey. The Eight of Cups also has an eclipsed moon, so you could be seeing things from an unclear point of view, which is why you're needing to walk away. And also, the Eight of Cups, you're walking up a hill. So you're really trying to get a higher peak, a higher wisdom. So when you walk away from certain things or certain lifestyles or patterns, do so not in a sense to look back, but see where those higher ventures take you and be present in those moments. But that's what I would. That's the card for you. That's your singular card. But I love Raziel. Raziel is he a real one. He holds sacreds that not many people have or will ever see. He is. I can't. I don't even want to talk about it. I mean, I can. I want to, but yeah, the eclipse is. Yeah, the eclipse is tomorrow. The new moon eclipse. Oh goodness! Look who joined, Ian. How you doing, bud? How we feeling? How we feeling? How we doing? I ain't got no shadow deck. I don't got no shadow deck. I don't got. Well, no, I do. I fuck. I can't reach it. Hold on. I made one. I have one only because I made one. So I will pull two more for you. I will pull two more for you. Just to see. Just to see, just to see, just to see. So your first card is, damn it. Why does it have to be this card? Okay, I say damn it, why does it have to be this card? Because this is a word that I made up. It's a word that I combined it together. So explaining it can be a little bit confusing. But it's Diotelia. And it is a card of seeing the mash of self between your nurturing point and the loops of life you're going. Dio meaning two, tele meaning the communication of the mind, and ia being a feminine suffix for the word. It is all about being equal and balanced within a state of two, or within a state of action and inaction, in a state of potential and kinetic, in a state of motion yet still. So in this time, you're really seeing what's motivating you to move in with whatever cycle you're going through, and seeing it as both a pair, but also as a singular moving force. And then we have shift. Self-explanatory. Shift. You're moving through the events of life. But with this card in particular, the shift is coming from an aspect of the root and the throat chakra. Receiving downloads through the crown to express it out through the throat, but yet being grounded in that experience. And that with the Diotelia coming out before,
you're working with that element of your root chakra and your throat chakra, doing the things that you say that you're wishing to output on the physical. Actually listening to that higher voice, which is the inner voice, and allowing it to speak for you while you control your actions. Like the divine says, go make a sandwich, right? You go make a sandwich, but you make the sandwich the way that you are desiring. So you're shifting that perspective, you're shifting that motion from being stagnant in fear into being brave and motioned. But that is your two cards. That is your two cards. This is really my shamantic deck. I made it within deep meditation, but um it can be used as a shadow deck for sure. Especially the way the cards are. This is like the card. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to make this deck ever. If I ever get into my deck making stuff, I'm never gonna be able to make these. And if I do, it's gonna be so cost expensive because it needs to be this material. I made it this material, specifically the cotton paper in black, because black allows that absorption of the spirit, because I did a lot of meditation work on this. And then also the texture of it, it's all symbolic, dude. It's like a magnum opus, honestly. But I made like, dude, it's bad. It's crazy. Because when I was making this, the symbols would come up. I would draw the symbols, and then I would speak what that symbol meant from spirit's point of view. And every card that every card I cried while talking about what they were. Like I don't know how deep I was in of a state, but every card has an essence of like pure emotion or pure cleansing in it. Like I was crying, and then I'd stop, and then I would go into meditation. I'd come up with, see a new symbol, draw it out, describe what it was, cry again, stop. It lasted for 3 days. It was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had while making a deck. Um, but it exists now. I got you, Zato. No worries, no worries. I'm always gonna be here. I might not always be the most active, but I'll always be here. I gotta stop doing that. Do I have to start doing that? I do. I got an ingrown hair. My fucking lip. I want to release this deck though. I would love to. I really would. But it's not a main focus. Dude, I have this deck to release. I have um I have this deck to release. I have this deck to release. I I have this deck to release. And I have this deck to release. I have 5 fucking decks of cards that I've made that I need to release. So right now, I don't think releasing that one's my main focus. And the first 3 that I shown, I've been trying to release for the past few years. I got myself to bleed because I got the ingrown hair out finally. Jesus, I'm so bad making myself bleed like that. That's awful. But eventually I'll get everything released. Today I got very good information of how to do these things. Shout out Julia. So um I will be moving forward with those eventually. I will be. Oh my god. I got you, Julia. Who would use it? Listen, don't even worry about who would use the deck. Just make it and release it with the intention that it will find the right people. I literally have it, just showcase it even if you have to. Like showcasing it by using it in your own readings, or showing it around with your friends and whatnot, just doing things like that, and you will literally over time see who would want the deck and who benefits from it, all these things. So I know what this is though. Julia, I'm gonna have to reply to this in a minute. I know what language that is though. I've seen it before. I've written in this language before. And I used to have um the actual like tech the font file for that language. So to answer your question, I do know that language, but I do not know the name of it off my hand. So I will do my due diligence in looking that up, and then I will get back to you with that. But I've seen that language before. I truly have. I don't remember what glyph system it says. I don't remember what glyph system it is, though. Because that question mark, do I even have that on my phone, anywhere on my phone? I don't know if I do. Let me see, hold on. Let me see something, because I had a logo that I made years ago that was based off of the R. It was a bunch of question marks. If I can find it, which I should be able to find it. If I can't find it, there's an issue. There's an issue. There's not an issue. I found it. I found it. So here, let me go back here to make sure this is gonna work the way I want it to. But I have the same kind of like question mark logo-esque of that glyph, and it was a logo that I used for a music brand that I had for the longest time. So I know the glyphs that they're using. This isn't the exact form, but it's a variant of. So I know exactly what you're talking about. I literally know what you're talking about. I know it. I know what she's done. I do not remember what it's called though. So I can't answer it. Um, I will probably have the response by tomorrow, because I don't know how much research I'm gonna do at this time. Okay, good. My nose it stopped. Good. Oh, but you don't know how to make a prototype? Here. Uh I'm not too sure if you're able to do prototype stuff without I can't remember the site. I can't remember. Damn. Did I not send it to myself either? Oh, I gotta check all my resources. That does not help me. This does not help me. I didn't do. I did not do my due diligence of sending it to myself when I got the site the first time. So I can't answer that question, sadly. Do you take tarot decks as donations, not for the strangers in general? I do. I do. I literally, let me use my brain. Let me think, let me use my brain. 3 years ago, someone ended up donating me like 25 different tarot decks. I lost them all because when I went homeless, I threw away my suitcase that had all those cards in it, unfortunately, because I wanted to get rid of everything. I could not handle what I was going through at the time, and I was like, everything has to go because if it does not go, I'm going to lose my mind and be trauma ridden, and I can't deal with this right now. So I got rid of everything, unfortunately, but I do accept those. I don't have a PO box yet, but with information I had today, I now know what I can do to receive a PO box with the circumstances that I'm in. So I will work on that and then make a big announcement for that because I know there's been people who've been waiting for that as well. So it will all work out in due time. I literally just have not been, I've been so busy. Honestly, I've been busy doing shadow work. I'm not even gonna lie. I've had to do more shadow work than I ever thought I would have to do in the past like 4 days than ever because of this fucking Chiron retrograde, dude. Like, oh my god, it's been bizarre. You know, there's a lot of that's my big issue with it too because like there's a specific design that I do have for a lot of the decks and it's like that's gonna take the longest time. But the actual images of the cards are gonna be easy. Um, I feel, but there's just been a lot of shadow work with this Chiron, dude. Like fuck Saturn, dude. Saturn has only been like a supporter for me. It hasn't really given me it's given me rewards, but Saturn's been more of like a teammate or like a yes man for me recently than anything. So that's been fun to work with. I've never experienced that aspect of Saturn, but I did get to, and I can't complain. Saturn's a very good team player when they're a team player. Uh, but Chiron going in the retrograde, dude. Oh my god, I've been pushed to the limit, and I pushed myself to that limit too. Um, in good names, of course. And it's only taught me that I can do what I can. I got you, Ian. I genuinely do enjoy like I feel like at some point I would just collect tarot cards simply just out of collecting them. Uh Unfortunately, dude, how the fuck did I forget that there was a quarter on my lap? Anyway, fucking money's coming out of nowhere now. It's popping up in my lap. Anyway, unfortunately to the fortunately and unfortunately due to the training that I gone through to through tarot reading and just like reading the cards, I am a diehard Pamela Coleman Smith tarot deck card reader, and I have a very bad habit of telling people that this is the only deck that matters. If you don't know how to read this deck, then you can't read tarot, which is true to an extent. I had to put my hands up. It is true to an extent. but it also depends on what aspect of tarot that you're reading. I'm gonna wake up with a crow in the house. I better not wake up into no damn crow in this house. Because there's only one crow that comes to my mind when I think of that, and I do not want to see them. I have dealt with them for a while, and I don't want to see them again. I'm talking about Vraum, that motherfucker, crow demon, wanted to stalk and harass me on the beginning of my journey. Fucking Archangel Uriel had to save my ass. Because he wouldn't stop bothering me, and I was like, I can't sleep. I can't do anything. And Uriel was like, I got you. But it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. I've had weird experiences. I've been bitched out by Archangel Uriel. I've been told to shut the fuck up by Michael. I've been nurtured by Raphael. Dude, I have a contract with a fucking demon that they cannot attack me anymore because they keep trying to attack me and they couldn't do it right. So I told them to just leave me alone. So we made a contract to where they don't bother me no more. Like at all. I when you have like a Solomonic roommate for like a year of your life that does magic on you the entire year that you know them, weird shit happens to you. It's a bad habit to collect the tarot cards. Is it really? I think I might start it. I think I might end up having a bad habit, honestly. But I don't know. I mean, shit, dude. I learned how to exorcise demons with the marine spirits, and I feel like that was one of the craziest things that I'll never forget. I've also been sucked into a mirror before. I don't like being sucked into mirrors. Experiencing that was one of the weirdest events in my life. Um, so there's that. That was always a fun thing to experience. Um, I've been ripped from my dream and placed into someone else's dream, which was awful. I do not recommend experiencing that. That can happen. I hate when it happens. Um, it's not fun. I literally got laughed at by a demon during sleep paralysis, and I told them to shut the fuck up because they're not scary. And they got upset and walked away from it, like disappeared, and I went back to sleep. That was a funny moment because I woke up from a dream. I was having a dream that I was locked in a cage, and I woke up, and my angels were like, "Hey, I just want you to stay calm." And I was like, "Stay calm." They said, "Stay calm." So I went back to sleep, had sleep paralysis, heard a demon laugh at me. I felt my heart start to palpitate, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up. Get out of my face." And they just stopped laughing, and I went back to sleep. And I was like, "Okay, it's that easy, huh?" That was the funniest experience of my life, I think. It was bad, but I was like, "Wait, this isn't even fucking scary. You're just laughing at me." So I said, "Shut up. Like, stop laughing. What's so funny?" And they said, "Oh, never mind." I don't know who that was to this day, though. I don't know which demon that was to this day. But I remember it happening. I don't think they want to talk to me. I don't know, man. I've experienced too much at the ripe age of 26, and it's not going to stop ever. Ever. Uh, Goodness. This, I feel that, Ian. It might be a little bit of coping, but at least you're using them. You gotta look at what you're doing, you know? You gotta look at what you're doing with them at least. Come on now. Damn, what? So I'm gonna end this literally at 3 hours. You're telling me? Shit, I was gonna end the stream at 3 o'clock. It's 12:55. I've been live for 2 hours and 55 seconds. You're telling me I'm gonna end this stream exactly at 1 and 3? That's crazy. I'll do it. I'll deal with that. That's a crazy way to go. Is the time going to change at the same time? Literally, it does. I am like a millisecond or like probably like a half of a second off of the actual live time. That's fucking crazy. Oh, this is nothing, Julia. I used to go live for 5 hours. There are videos on the live stream aspect where it's like 5 hours. It's bizarre. It is like stupid. And I talked the entire fucking 5 hours too. That's the worst part. But it's the worst part. It's the best part if you enjoy hearing me talk. But sleep well. If y'all are heading out, head out. Be in peace. It's been wonderful. Peace in the Lamb, truly, as it is wonderful in the Lamb, and peaceful too. I'm just gonna let it. I'm gonna let it die out. I'm gonna let the time die out, and yeah, I will. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow, Ian, in the healing class, and hopefully you as well, Julia. Um, we're doing that tomorrow. Hopefully more people will join tomorrow so I can give like a better schedule for that, because I'm probably gonna do it every other day like I talked about today, but I want more people to be in the loop of it. But if you are interested in the healing classes that I'm running for the entirety of August, email me and I will tell you how to join. If you're interested in tarot classes, hit me up in email and I'll tell you about that as well. Regardless, thank you all so much for being here. It's been it's been a blast. It's been a joy. We fit in a collective reading. We fit in a few personal readings. We fit in a bunch of education. So I'm happy. I can live with that. I'm very ecstatic to be able to do that. But I will see you all tomorrow. Um, if you aren't aware, I got the hiccups. You're aware of that. But if you're not aware, I do have a secondary channel. Your guardian angel doing angel readings over there, and then I'm gonna I have a third channel, and I'm not promoting it. If you find it, you find it. If you don't worry. No, you're good, Ian. I get that. It's like, dude, the full moon's gonna kick ass. It's an eclipse. I mean, this new moon's gonna kick ass. It's a new moon eclipse on a Wednesday. Out of all the days it could be on, it's a Wednesday. I cannot stand when major events are on Wednesdays. I either get extremely hyper or I just get extremely sleepy. And this one's been a mix of both for some reason. So, but oh my gosh. If you want to be part of the new moon cleansing, though, I do those. Just donate any amount to any of the methods you see on the screen, and we'll work on that for you. Um, but thank you all so much for being here, for everything. The likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, for the energetic or financial. I truly appreciate them all. The conversations, the provocations, everything that we've had here. It's been beautiful and wonderful. But it is 1 o'clock now. So I'll be heading out.